Looking beyond the headlines, the hidden truth of celebrity relationships. Have you ever found yourself lost in the whirlwind of celebrity gossip, wondering what's really going on behind the scenes? How often do we think we understand a relationship based solely on the fragments of news, social media posts, and paparazzi shots? And most importantly, what happens when the real story is more complex than the one we're being fed? Welcome to Magazine News and Gossip, where we delve deep into the mysteries that surround celebrity relationships, particularly the captivating romance between Yaman and Demet Özdemir. Their relationship, both on and off the screen, has captivated fans worldwide. But how much do we really know about their story? Today, we're peeling back the layers, asking the questions that need to be asked, and exploring the intricate dynamics of their relationship in ways you've never seen before. Buckle up. This is going to be a ride. The surface illusion, Yaman and Demet Özdemir. Celebrity relationships are often viewed through a distorted lens, one that prioritizes superficial details and exaggerated storylines. When we talk about the romance between two high-profile figures like Yaman and Demet Özdemir, the conversation often skews towards gossip rather than reality.
Why?
Because it's easier to paint a black and white picture when we lack the full story. But here's the truth. Celebrity relationships are just as complex as any other. If anything, they're more complicated because they unfold under the unrelenting gaze of the public eye. And that's exactly what happened with Can and Demet. Their electric chemistry in the hit TV series Erkensikas set the stage for speculation. Fans and media alike were quick to declare that their on-screen romance had spilled over into real life. And for a while, the story seemed to fit. Two stunning actors, both at the peak of their careers, navigating a passionate romance that felt too real to just be acting. Yet, as the series came to an end, so did their rumored relationship. Suddenly, the narrative shifted from fairy tale romance to one of heartbreak and separation. Fans were left with questions. What went wrong? Who was to blame? And more importantly, why did the relationship end so abruptly? The complexity beneath the surface. It's easy to fall into the trap of simplifying relationships, especially when it comes to celebrities. We often view them as characters in a story rather than real people with real emotions. In the case of Yaman and Demet Özdemir, this tendency was particularly pronounced. But let's pause for a moment and ask ourselves, what do we really know? The truth is, we don't know much. We've seen the headlines, we've read the gossip, and we've formed opinions based on fleeting moments captured by cameras. But a relationship is so much more than what we see on the surface. Behind the glamour and the spotlight, Can and Demet were two people trying to make a relationship work, just like anyone else. Yet, as outsiders, we often forget that we're only seeing a fraction of the truth. We don't know the intimate conversations, the unspoken tensions, or the personal struggles that come with balancing fame and love. And this is precisely why it's dangerous to judge a relationship from the outside. Can and Demet may have seemed perfect to us, but as with any relationship, there were undoubtedly challenges and compromises that we will never fully understand. Blame games and public perception. When a celebrity relationship ends, the blame game begins. Fans, media outlets, and even casual observers feel compelled to choose sides, often without any real knowledge of what transpired. In the case of Yaman and Demet Özdemir, this phenomenon was especially prevalent. Many of Demet's fans were quick to point the finger at Can, accusing him of being emotionally distant or too focused on his rising international career. On the flip side, Can's supporters argued that Demet was the one at fault, too engrossed in her own ambitions to make the relationship a priority. But here's the thing, none of us truly know who was right or wrong. Relationships aren't about assigning blame, they're about two individuals trying to navigate their own paths while maintaining a connection with each other. It's entirely possible that both Can and Demet made mistakes, just as it's possible that their relationship simply ran its course. Isn't it interesting how we, as outsiders, feel entitled to make judgments about a relationship we've only seen through the lens of media coverage? And even more fascinating is our need to find a villain in every story, when in reality, relationships are rarely that simple. The pressure of perfection, unrealistic expectations, One of the greatest challenges faced by celebrities is the expectation of perfection. Can Yaman, with his charismatic presence and undeniable talent, has been idolized by millions. But this idolization comes with a price, the pressure to live up to an image that may not reflect reality. Similarly, Demet Özdemir has been hailed as one of Turkey's brightest stars, with a seemingly flawless career trajectory. Yet, behind the scenes, she's undoubtedly faced her own struggles and insecurities. And in the context of their relationship, these pressures were likely magnified tenfold. We tend to forget that celebrities are human. They make mistakes, they have bad days, and they're not immune to the emotional ups and downs that come with being in a relationship. But because we view them through a lens of perfection, we hold them to impossibly high standards. And when they inevitably fall short of these standards, we're quick to criticize. In the case of Can and Demet, this unrealistic expectation of perfection may have played a role in the breakdown of their relationship. The constant scrutiny, the public speculation, and the pressure to maintain a flawless image likely took a toll. And as we all know, relationships are hard enough without the added burden of living under a microscope. The role of respect in relationships. At the core of every healthy relationship is respect. Without it, love cannot flourish. This is true for all relationships, whether they involve celebrities or everyday individuals. In the case of Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir, respect, or the perceived lack thereof, became a central talking point for fans and media alike. Some fans accused Can of not showing Demet the respect she deserved, suggesting that his growing fame and international success led him to prioritize his career over their relationship. Others argued that Demet was the one who failed to respect Can's ambitions, focusing too much on her own career and not enough on their partnership. But again, we must remind ourselves, we don't know the full story. Respect in a relationship is about more than just outward gestures. It's about understanding, communication, and mutual support. And while we may never know the exact dynamics of Can and Demet's relationship, it's clear that respect was a key factor in their ability to navigate both their personal and professional lives. Media frenzy, the double-edged sword of fame. When it comes to celebrity relationships, the media plays a significant role in shaping public perception. Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir were no exception. Their relationship was constantly under the microscope, with every interaction, every social media post, and every public appearance analyzed and dissected by fans and journalists alike. This intense scrutiny can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it keeps celebrities in the public eye, fueling their fame and keeping their careers on an upward trajectory. But on the other hand, it makes it nearly impossible for them to maintain any sense of privacy. For Can, the media's attention has been a double-edged sword. His international fame has grown exponentially, particularly in countries like Italy, where he's become a household name. But with that fame comes increased scrutiny of his personal life, and the relationship with Demet became a focal point for gossip and speculation. Demet, too, has faced her own share of media attention, particularly as she continues to rise in the Turkish entertainment industry. But while her career has flourished, her personal life has remained a topic of interest for fans and media alike. And in a world where fame is often fleeting, both Can and Demet must navigate the delicate balance between maintaining their careers and protecting their personal lives. The power of words, how gossip shapes reality. Words have immense power, especially in the world of celebrity relationships. When Can and Demet's relationship came to an end, the rumors and accusations flew fast and furious. Fans, media outlets, and even casual observers speculated on what went wrong, often without any real evidence to back up their claims. But here's the thing, words can have lasting consequences. Negative comments, unfounded accusations, and hurtful gossip can shape public perception in ways that are difficult to undo. And for Can and Demet, the fallout from their relationship has been amplified by the sheer volume of attention they've received. It's easy to forget that behind every headline, there are real people with real emotions. Can and Demet are not just characters in a story. They're individuals who have experienced the highs and lows of love, just like anyone else. And while their relationship may have ended, the impact of the words spoken about them will linger for years to come. Conclusion: a new perspective on celebrity relationships. So, what can we learn from Kenyaman and Demet Özdemir's relationship? At its core, their story is a reminder that celebrity relationships are far more complex than they appear on the surface. They're not just about glamorous red carpet moments or social media posts. They're about real people navigating real emotions in the public eye. As fans and observers, it's important to approach these stories with empathy and understanding. Instead of rushing to judgment or assigning blame, we should remember that relationships are deeply personal, and we can never truly know what happens behind closed doors. At Magazine News and Gossip, we believe that celebrity relationships deserve to be viewed through a more thoughtful lens, one that recognizes the humanity behind the headlines. So, the next time you read about a high-profile romance, take a step back and ask yourself, do I really know the full story? Because chances are, there's a lot more going on than meets the eye.